All right, we're still only in the 40s. We normally have about 80 some players in this match, so everybody's still queuing up. Welcome back to Esports Brookfield. Hopefully we'll get started. Usually we get started somewhere around 10 after the hour, depending on how many technical issues we have getting teams to join. So just hang tight, and hopefully we'll be starting soon. All right, we're up to 72. I think we're still waiting for a few more players to join from across the country. Hopefully we can get everybody in who's ready to go before the ball drops. But I think they're giving it a few more minutes just to make sure we've got everybody. So just hang tight, and hopefully we'll be getting out to Spawner Island and on the bus before you know it. All right, we just got the 1 minute warning here. We're at 80 players. We're just giving one last call to see if there's any other teams out there to join, and we should be joining soon. I'm also hearing that we are going to have a national stream going on as well on Twitch. If anybody wants to watch, we'll post the link afterwards. I believe it is Triangle XPL is the Twitch channel that it's going to be on. But again, I can confirm that. And if anybody wants to watch the national stream of our whole silver match, you can tune into that on Twitch. I believe it is XPL or Triangle XPL. But once again, I'll confirm either between matches or after, and I can post it on our Padlet and on the video. So, all right. Okay, everyone, welcome back to Esports Brookfield. This is our Fortnite Silver match. We just got notice we're going to be starting here any second. They have put out the last call to see if there's any other teams having technical issues joining in, and here you go. Okay, it looks like we are starting to load into Spawner Island now. So we're going to get our match going shortly. It looks like we had 80, I think it was 83 players in total coming into this round. So we have some teams that weren't available this week, but that's okay. Makes us a little bit easier. Move up a couple of spots in our finishes. For anybody who hasn't watched our stream before, as usual, we have our Brookfield Magic across the top of the screen, being represented by XPL Brookfield 1, 2, and 3 here on Discord, and then across the bottom we have our Brookfield Dragons. So that is the XPL Brookfield 4, 5, and 6 going across the bottom, and hopefully they don't come across each other at least early in the match, and hopefully maybe they'll see each other later in the match if they can both survive. We've had pretty much every possible outcome here this season so far, early in this season, with landing on the ground, just unlucky and getting caught with the team that beat us to the ground, to making it all the way to 5th place, so finish, and everywhere in between. So we'll see how it goes here. It looks like our Dragons are going a little bit more aggressively, trying to get on the ground early, so they can get some kit here right away and not get caught off guard, like happened to them once before. So that's good. So they already got all the boots on the ground there, going around. They went to somewhat of an isolated spot, so they should be able to, but it still has some loot. So these guys should be able to get some equipment right away, and be prepared if they come across anybody early in this match. So good adjustment from last week when they hit the ground early and ran into trouble immediately before half the team could even pick anything up. So great job there. So all right, our Magic are starting to come down and hitting the ground here as well, and they're on the ground. I don't think they're alone. They're already ducking and covering here, hoping to be able to acquire something before they get too much contact. But we'll keep an eye on them up there as well. All right, looks like our Dragons are on the move. I'm not sure what their total plan is here, if they've marked a spot on the map, but they are definitely moving, probably trying to find some spot. It's early game, see if they can find a little bit more loot, get some pads. Ooh, our Magic team up on top, they've engaged somebody. Looks like they've got a knock already. They're still fighting. Trying to find them outside here. See, make sure that they don't get flanked. Oh, one of them's been knocked. There we go. Okay, we got him. Still fighting. There's still somebody up there. We got two. Lots of action for our Magic. Our Brookfield Dragons are still on the move. See if we can get a quick revive here. Try to get somebody back in the match. Boy, that takes forever, doesn't it? Okay, there we go. We got somebody back in. And we should be back I think we lost a player there, unfortunately, early on. So looks like our Magic team is down one. Dragons still on the move. I don't think they've come across anybody just yet. I've been trying to watch both screens here at the same time. These guys are moving down on the zip line here, sliding down the hill. That's a new mechanic here for this season. The kids love it, being able to slide down hills. It's a lot of fun. It's a great new addition to the gameplay, to be able to just slide and be able to get to the next zone a little bit quicker. And it's just kind of fun to slide down hills too. So, all right, so our Magic look like they're jumping on. We still got 2 Magic left that jumped on an ATV. Looking at the map here, I'm going to zoom in here real quick to see if they are inside the circle. Looks like they must be. I'll do the same thing here for the Dragons. Looks like they must be as well. So, good spot. Oh, I picked the wrong time to click off the Dragons. Okay, so they ran into somebody and they got a 25 finish. So, looks like they came across somebody, maybe got caught a little bit off guard there. Looks like a little bit of building going on. All right, so a little bit of improvement from last week. I think they had a 29th place finish, so always good to see some week-over-week improvement. We'll focus here on the Magic, and I'm sure they'll have some coaching points coming off the video here for these guys. But I like their strategy. They picked a better, like a quiet place to land on the map. help them get themselves a little bit situated before they went on the move. Looks like they just got caught while they were out in the open there on the zip line, things like that. So those are things that they'll talk about next practice. See if they get it. Oh, hey, looks like we got a bounty there for the Magic, so that's awesome. All right, so the Magic, they're interacting with some of the NPCs, getting some of still trying to loot here. Looks like they're pretty well equipped. They could use shields across the board, so they're trying to open the vault. They're all there for it. Should be, if they can get it open, there should be some decent stuff in there. There we go. This is one of those things, do you, don't you, try to do some of these things on the map. It can end up being a little bit of a distraction, but it can work out well for you. You can get, as you can see, these guys are getting a ton of loot. Just solved that shield problem we were just talking about. Probably improved some of the weapons they're carrying. You can see they got some epics now, as well as some rares. So definitely improved their overall loadout. So it was worth the payoff. So good job sharing everything, getting everybody all shielded up. Team that knocked our dragon still seems to be doing pretty well. I can't tell if that middle player is in the same spot as the team on the Magic here, but they both just used the porta potty as the backdoor escape. Looks like we're up on top. We've got some high ground. I'm going to click in here to see how we're doing circle-wise on the map. We are in the circle, which is great. Looks like they've got plenty of build, doing a good job, still picking up mats. I don't know if they have any pads to do some quick escapes later on as things tighten up. Getting back on the vehicle. See if these guys can kind of keep this going here. Going to zoom in here. Oh, the video quality on that one's a little bit bad. Trying to figure out. So we still have 54 players left in this match. These guys have one elimination. Oh, there we go. Okay, we found the pickup. So they can ride around the mat. And they were able to revive their dropped teammates, so we got their squad back at full strength. These guys are sitting in pretty good shape. There's still a lot to go. Looks like they're marking. They found somebody down there. They're kind of exposed here on this cliffside. They got to slide down here real quick, give up some high ground for maybe a little bit more cover. Getting across the road. See if they can get a peek on these guys. I don't know if they saw each other coming in or not. Just kind of slowly moving up here. Doing a good job hanging back and covering while the other two move up. Switch back to our 6-person view so we can get a good view of what everybody's seeing here. Moving through the brush. Oh, careful. Oh, we got contact right away here. A little bit of a build off for protection. Still taking fire. Those guys are building up. There we go. Okay, looks like we're exchanging short range shots here. Got some good shots on them. There we go. All right, so we got 1 down. Got 2 down. Gonna click in here, see if we can get a better view. Yep, so we got 3. That's awesome. All right, these guys are doing a really good job. Looks like it's still fighting. All right, now there's some loot. Now these guys can heal up a little bit. All right, let's peek in a little bit so we can figure out how many are left. Looks like there's still 44 left in this match. Holy cow. Okay, everybody's hanging tight on this one. Everybody must have landed pretty far away. So some good loot here. This guy's got lots of mats, so they'll be able to do plenty of building late. These guys are in really good shape. They are outside the circle, though, as you can see by the white line here on the map. So they've got there you go. So somebody just brought the map up for us. I missed it. Sorry about that. So these guys got to do a little bit of moving. They got plenty of time, I think, to get there. Yeah. So they just poached somebody's bounty. So if you're familiar with the game, there's some bounty posters in the game, and if you go activate one of them, that means one of the players, and they'll give you a big circle to give you an idea of they're somewhere in that area, and you get some extra points for if you're able to get that player. But then in our case, somebody had activated a bounty and we got to them before they did, so we poached it. So, all right, these guys are getting a little spread out, it looks like, but they're staying somewhat together. We got a XPL Brookfield 3 here. It's got to do a little catching up, stay with the group. You guys got a spot marked up high on the map. They're going for the high ground. I couldn't tell based on the screen there what they were shooting at, if that was somebody jumping through the air, or if they were trying to knock a bird down to get a weapon pickup. Oh, there might have been, looks like there might be somebody, yep, that's somebody running. All right, I could not tell there if they got him or not. Yeah, they got a little build up, so I think they still were able to make it. Got a pad down, see if these guys can get out there and close the range here, get a couple more shots on them. It's always a little dangerous floating through the air like that, but we're got everybody on the ground. Got this build up for some protection. And we are still just outside the circle, though, as you can see on the mini map. There we go. Oh, good shot. Good shot. Good building and peeking. I don't think he got him down, though. Might have just caused a lot of damage. Oh, okay. So we got knocked in the middle there. They pushed up. We got two of our players still fighting. Our third one there is safely inside. So hopefully, oh, yep, just kind of backing off, just trying to stay, make sure they don't get eliminated. There we go. Okay, we got another one. All right, now we can do a revive here and get our teammate back in the fight. Stay at full stay at full strength. I think that player that they were able to take from across the river there, I think they were wearing a custom skin, which is a violation. That was tough to see. Some kind of a white in the winter background. Looked like it was a little bit difficult to see. So, you know, the coaches know. Sometimes the kids are able to sneak some things through, but everybody's got to wear the basic stock stuff to keep it fair. We want it to be about the gameplay and not showing off or showing anybody else up. So when we do see things like that, we do report them, and it does cost the team a point. So it is important to make sure that we don't do that. Oh, when we just got caught by the storm. Little too much time looting there. We are going to have to hustle. I don't know if we've got a pad or anything that we can throw down to try to get back on the other side here real quick. Throwing down a tent. What if he's got a... No, he's just switching weapons. Okay, I don't know if he had a pad in there or what, but... All right, this guy's got to move. I'm going to zoom in real quick. They're not too far, as you can see from the map right there, but they do got to get in real quick. Hopefully nobody's waiting for them inside. Snipe. We got one more player to get across. Boom, big slide. There we go. Okay, it did take a lot of damage, though, so we're going to have to try to patch up as best we can. Going to slide in here. We've got 20, looks like 20 players left in the match. Building up some walls here. Looks like we got some weather, a tornado coming in. That's one of the new features here this season. Hopefully that does not negatively impact us. But we do seem to be heading right for it. Kind of have to, though. I think that's where the next circle is. See things getting picked up off the ground. All right, these guys are going to take a little cover here in this bush. See if that... man, those tornadoes... These things are crazy. The things they keep adding to this game. It's insane. So, all right. I don't know if they see somebody or if they're just checking out the tornado there. If they saw somebody through to the other side here. I can hear the coach trying to keep them calm in there. Just kind of trying to look. Okay, so we are inside the next circle, just inside. So we're in good position here, and we got some good cover. How many players do we have left in this match? We got about 20 still left in the match. It's a long way to go. Looks like we got a mark over there to the south. Looks like you can see some building going on out there. It's just a good idea to just kind of keep an eye on them. Still a ways out of range. Looks like two teams are fighting. So just let them sort that out, and then good strategy, just come in and clean up before they've got a chance to regroup. All right, these guys are playing it cool, staying in coverage. Back there by that bush, staying on the edge of the zone. They look, look. Looks like somebody just took some shots. I don't know if that was if that was the plan, or if but now they know where they might know. They at least know somebody's watching them. Storm is coming in. Gonna take a closer peek in here just to see. Yeah, we are just inside the next circle as well, so we can sit tight here and we'll just try to see where this next storm circle at least is going to go before we have to make a move. We do have eyes on at least one other team, but there are a lot of other players left out there. Looks like there's still 11 left out there on this. Oh, and as you see, the new circle here is going to be to the south. We are going to have to move at least a little bit to go get them, and unfortunately, I think it's where that team is building. Okay, we're on the move. Somebody dropped the pad. We're in the air. These guys are going to try to cover that ground as quickly as they can. Go right in at them fast. All the way over to this other hill. Built already down the ground and building. That helps get some good protection up. One of the advanced skills you like to see is these guys starting to build and strategy of having somebody down on the ground building right away to get some shelter and protection for the other team that's still floating into the new spot. So good strategy by these guys. All right, so they still got eyes on what I'm guessing is that team a little bit now to the, I don't know which direction that is, to the east. So just kind of keeping an eye on things. The Magic are still hanging in there. So there's still 10 players left, including R3. So seven other teams. Yep, there we go. Yep, they see us. They're freaking us. Couple of shots coming in. We are in the next zone here. We're in a good spot here. See if they. I think both teams are in the circle, so nobody has to move. We did take a little bit of damage there, unfortunately. Okay, so we're going to move out. We move down to the trees. Oh, we do have a team moving up on us, trying to tarp their way in. We got some high ground here. We're going to push down, see if we can stack it up behind these trees, using some good natural cover. Okay, now we're going to push in fast. See if we can't get in there and frag. There we go. Okay, now we're doing a little building of our own. Oop, oop, oop. Got flanked a little bit, taking some heat from the side. There, yep, there's another teammate. There we go. Okay, good. Way to rotate and get some shots down on that guy. There you go, building and getting a little bit more cover. All right, these guys are doing a good job of holding it together. Just kind of backing up, keeping some walls in between so they can good protection. All right, so much action here, trying to figure out who's what. Okay, it looks like we do have a teammate on the ground. It's been knocked. The rest of the team's running up here. We did lose one. See if we can get him. We got that guy down. That's awesome. See if we can finish him off real quick. All right. He's still there. There we go. All right, we're still here. See if we can revive one of our teammates, get him back. All right, there's only 3 other players left in this match. Lots of good loot on the ground here. It's going to be tough here, though. Low on health, low on shields. I don't know if there's any. I didn't see much of that on the ground. There we go. Got a little bit. Next field, Brookfield 2. I think that's our Master Warrior 11 here, coming back. There we go. Good job sharing the loot, keeping it together, staying in shelter here. Just kind of figuring out what our next move is. I'm going to click in here, see. So we got some movement to do to get to that next circle. One more big push here. I don't know how much noise we made there on that engagement, or how many eyeballs we might have on us. At least we can run down between these hills. And hopefully no one's got a shot on us, but of course there's a bunch of open water. All right, we're going to use the pad. Smart move. Try to get all the way across here. Lots of shots coming in. Just got to kind of keep wiggling, get down. Oh, we got one player knocked. That's tough. Okay, he's down. Oh, there we go. Place third. Yep. They just the luck of that last circle. We had to try to move in on a fortified position and hope we didn't get focused in the air, and we did. So that's what happened. But great job for the Magic. 3rd place finish. That's really, really strong. So good job for you guys. All right, so third and 25th, kind of the story of our Brookfield teams here. We get usually have one get a little bit unlucky early, and the other one do pretty well and make it a little bit further into the match. So hopefully the Dragons will be the ones that have a little bit better luck this next time back. On the plus side, we shouldn't have to wait too much longer here for match number 2 to cycle up, since there are only a handful of players left after our Brookfield Magic got knocked. And we should already be queuing up players in match 2 with most of them in there. So that was a really good round. Really good round. Way to bounce back for the Brookfield Magic. All right, our Dragons. This is their first season here with at Esports Brookfield, so they're doing a good job of coming together as a team. We're seeing a lot of improvement week over week from these guys. It takes a little time to gel, and we talk about this in practice: casual versus competitive play, and making sure you keep focused. And those are all things that you learn as you go, and you pick up little tips and tricks after every practice. So I'm sure we'll see these guys continue to improve. Seeing some good things from them early in this season. All right, I'm going to take a click in here, see if we can see the matchmaking yet. Shows poorly. They're not in yet. Just trying to find a screen of somebody that's already in to see how many players are already in. We're still waiting to get in. So, okay. So once all the teams are readied up, we'll get in. So we're still putting in the matchmaking keys. So those are provided by our home office so that we can jump into our custom matches. Curious to see. That was really good. We'll definitely have to go share the link for the Magic performance on the national cast to see what those guys. I think they're out of Northern California area. I think it's Coach Kaz is what his name is the streamer that's providing that. So we'll definitely find that and provide that link to that match so everybody can go back and watch the replay and see what they thought about. See if they focused at all on either one of our teams or got any airtime there. So and we can, if they got some good shots from us because they have the drone, they can kind of move around to all the different teams. If there's some good highlights from some of our match play, we can clip some of those and put them on our own pages. So, all right, looks like we are starting to get in and queue up. We only have 12 players in, so it's going to be a little bit before we get it going. I'm going to go on mute here for a little bit break, and then we'll be back shortly once we get this thing queued up. But we should be starting fairly quickly because that match was on. We should have ended already. Okay, we're at currently sitting at about 77 players. I think we're looking for 87. I think is what the final tally was for the last match. So we're going to give it a few more minutes here before I think we're looking for 85. I think is the total amount. So we're getting close here. I think the match is over. It's just a matter of getting those last few teams back in. Sometimes they need a quick little break in between the matches. Looks like we're up to 80, so that would mean we're waiting for the last two teams, I guess, or partial to get in. I think we've got the streamer in, so I think we're waiting for one more team, basically. Um, maybe two. We'll have to see what we also ultimately end up with. But we are getting close here. Going live. That was an exciting first match. I did confirm that the national stream is on Twitch, and it is the Triangle XPL Twitch stream. So Triangle is in the shape. That's North Carolina, which is one of the original XP League offices. It's actually very close to the home office. So we're using their stream this week. So Triangle XPL on Twitch if you want to go look at that later on. And again, we'll post the link here locally for our stuff. Definitely want to go back and look and see how the Magic did or showed up in that stream for the first one, and hopefully we'll have a chance to show here in this one as well. So we're still sitting at 80, and hopefully we'll be getting in here soon. I like the Dragon strategy for that first match. I think it was good. You know, they show some good progress and some good learning. They've gotten caught on the ground by going to an aggressive area and just having the unfortunate landing in front of somebody who already had a chance to loot for a little bit and finished early. This time around, I think they had a really good strategy. They picked a quiet spot on the map, got down quick, got some equipment quick. Maybe not the best stuff, but a chance to just give yourself a chance to survive that first engagement. Sometimes that's the big difference here, especially at the silver level. Is you can get past that first one, then you just really don't know what might happen. You may not even have to survive very many more before you get into those last 5 to 10 teams left in the match. So, all right, looks like we are going to be heading on to Spawner Island here. So I did like their strategy. Just a little bit more focused, I think, once they're on the move, and I'm sure the coach will talk about that as we head into next week. Just as they watch their stream and figure out what they could potentially do a little bit different. So, all right, so we're on the island here. See if they pick some different spots to go to this time around. Hopefully we have as good of success. All right, so we're on the bus. Looks like, well, I thought it looks like there's a little bit of, it looks like our Magic are marking all over the map here. Looks like the Dragons are going to head to the desert biome side, so that should be a good choice. They'll be in the air a little bit longer. Looks like the Magic are splitting up a little bit. This is interesting. Okay, we've got interesting to see where these guys all end up landing here. They just ended up marking in different spots on the map, but the Dragons all do seem like they're going together. It looks like the Magic are going to a very similar spot, just a little bit further out. So it's going to be really hard for these guys not to cross paths early on. Again, they're not coached to do things differently. We let them go wherever they want to go on the map, but we don't think that would be correct to do any kind of teaming, even though they're all in the same room playing at the same time. So, but the Dragons are already down on the ground here, and they've got, or two of them are anyway. Third one is just about to land. There we go. All on the ground. Our Magic are still in the air, floating all the way out to the edge of the desert biome side of the map. Just getting down to the ground now. So Dragons are already well on their way to getting some decent kit here. Hopefully they stumble across some shields, see a little bit more protection. They run into somebody early on. working their way around the map here, trying to find as much good stuff as they can. Always important to make sure that you're grabbing materials as you're working your way through. Magic all on the ground now, looting alone. It looks like everybody's found a quiet spot. I'm going to just peek in here. Looks like everybody's... Oh, there we go. So the dragons are already inside the circle. The magic are going to have to do a little walking to get in. And they may have to go, depending on where the dragons decide to stay, they might be heading, they might end up heading right for them. So we'll have to see what they decide to do. But good job looting in the canyon and in these mining tunnels. They are a little spread apart, though. It's not always good when you see one person outside and the rest of the team underground. So, because if you stumble across somebody, you can't just cover that ground very quickly to get back. So you don't want to get too far apart. I know it's I always want to try to spread out to try to get as much loot as possible. But you see what the dragons are doing. The dragons have pretty much stayed together. Now they've got a tent. Looks like they might have been able to stash something from last time. I don't know if they're going to pull something out of there or if they're stashing something for a future match at this point. But tents are an interesting mechanic that are also new this year that allow you to stash things inside them and pull them out in a future match. So that's, if used properly, there's a lot of advantage that you can get from those, right, within each of the matches. So, but these guys are doing a good job of sticking together. I'm not sure with the door opening and closing what these guys are doing. I hope they're focusing, trying to stay focused, remembering it's a competitive match. Oh, he's trying to get his attention because they've got the splash barrels here. So they can everybody shielded up all to one. There you go. Good job. Way to stay patient. Make sure your teammate comes. Make sure everybody's paying attention and working together. So nice work sharing those resources. All right, checking in on the Magic here. Looks like they're on the move. They're still looting, working their way through. I'm going to click in here on the Dragons just to see. So there's 68 players left. I don't think anybody on our teams have come across anybody just yet. So landing on the outer edges of the map, that can sometimes happen. You won't come across anybody. It gives you a little bit more time to kit up and have as much gear as possible to help you survive that first contact whenever it might actually happen. Everybody's still looting. Everybody's still trying to grab as much as they can. Make sure they're in good shape here. And just going to peek in. Looks like the Magic are finally working their way towards the circle. I'm trying to compare the two. Okay, I don't think they're... I think they're somewhat close, but I don't think the teams are that close. Just trying to look at the two mini-maps. And see, they might be. I'm not sure if these are the same buildings or not. I guess we'll find out shortly if they are. So now the Magic are doing a good job of staying together, sharing loot. Yeah, there you go, tossing the big pots on the floor, trying to get everybody fully shielded as they can. Looks like they came across. Oh, that's an NPC. Okay, so I get hoping there's something epic on the ground there. Maybe they slightly improved somebody's weapons. Looks like the dragons here bouncing on some Spider-Man webs. That's also new for this map. These webs you can just bounce really high up in the air. There's also the Spider-Man gauntlets that allow you to fling webs and swing from them, and you can cover a lot of ground fairly quickly. You got to be careful though, because I'm sure the area wherever the places that you find them are going to be hotly contested, like at the Daily Bugle, for example. So you have to be careful about whether or not whether that's truly worth the risk of going in for. So, all right, both teams looks like the Dragons here are on the move. They're crossing this river. I think they're still. I'm going to click in here on one of the Dragons. So they're still in the circle. So they're in pretty good shape. Our Magic are still looting here through this basement. I guess maybe they were in different spots. I don't know, or the Dragons are already left by the time they got there. So it's good. I was hoping they wouldn't run across each other this early in the map. We got two teams. We would We would prefer they not take each other out, but all's fair in Fortnite matches. And both of these teams look like they're in good shape here. As long as they maintain their focus, see if they can get the jump on somebody once they go back on the move. I'm trying to look in here on the mini maps to see. Looks like the Dragons are still on the move. They're in good shape as far as the circle. The Magic are also inside the circle. They're doing a good job of looting this area, throwing out the tent. Now they're doing the same thing. I don't know if they're throwing extra stuff in or if they're taking something out. But those tents could be a game changer in these matches. That's for sure. You're able to have something really, really good stashed in there that you can pull out. It could be that one item that makes the difference towards the end of the game, or even if you get caught off guard where some other team gets the jump on you. Just having a slightly better weapon or whatever. Sometimes those little things can make the difference in these tight matches if there's good competition. So, all right. So it looks like once again the Magic are going to have to haul to get to the next circle. The Dragons, taking a look here, they're a little bit closer. So still no contact for either team. And we are down to, I'll try to find one that's a little bit cleaner. There we go, down to 44 players now. 41 players left in the match, so there's definitely teams bumping into each other. I don't know if we just went to the quiet biome, I guess, or just being that far out to the edge of the map. Allowed both teams. There you go. So you can see one of the teams, one of our members of our Dragons there in the middle, running XPL Brookfield 5, has the gauntlets. I think that's one of our Jacksons. So you can see him swinging or being able to swing around. You can cover a lot of ground, especially if you get caught by the storm. You can cover a lot more ground than just running. So so they can be very helpful. Looks like we got two. Oh, when we got contact, I think we are fighting each other. I think we might have found each other here. We'll see what happens coming out. But looks like the Dragons have the high ground. And the Magic are down below, if we are in fact facing each other. They did get a knock, but we got the Magic are back up to full strength. Trying to build and peek and build and peek. Looks like the Dragons are moving in, swinging in with those webs, trying to get an angle and build. Magic are just building, trying to take advantage. Oops, looks like one of the Magic is down again. Dragons are on the move, trying to flank, take advantage and press their way up, pushing their way through, trying to knock down some of these walls and get in there. Magic are building like crazy. It's got to be both of these teams together. All right, then last player for the Dragons finally made it across. These guys are fighting and fighting and fighting, putting up walls. Everybody's peeking and firing and building. This is crazy. Trying to outflank the other team. Okay, so they may not be fighting each other. I think they just knocked somebody down. Is there a third team in here? It looks like the Magic are somewhat. Nope, they're still fighting. Somebody on the Magic has been knocked. Somebody on the Dragons has been knocked. Magic have two players knocked. Yeah, they're fighting each other. Oh, and it looks like he got him. All right, so that's a 12th place finish for our Dragons. Storm is coming in. This is bad news for having two teammates knocked. I'm not sure how much, if the Magic are going to be able to make it to the next one. That took a long time to work out. Both teams working really, really hard, trying to get all the teammates back and then try to do some splashes to keep everybody alive. Let's click in here. I'm not sure how far they've got to go. Not too far, but when you're just been revived, everything is a long way. At least they've got those webs. Try to make it. There we go. We got one in. The second one is almost in. right along the edge. Oh, looks like some of our dragons are. They'll help clean up our stream. All right, so good job by the dragons. Good 12th place finish. That's more than moving halfway up the leaderboard from their last finish. So good, good. Like you say, you don't like to see both of the Brookfield teams have to face off like that, but it's bound to happen in these matches. So, and they made it. Okay, the Magic made it all into the storm. They're not in the best of shape, but they're sharing everything that they've got here. And we'll just kind of see where this takes us. We've got, looks like about 24 left in this match. Trying to get as much shield as we can. Everybody's got at least a little bit. Like Ari Safari's got a little bit more. Emperor's got a little bit more. It's Master Warrior 11 in your upper right is the. Hopefully we can find a little bit more for him. There we go. We got a little bit of movement there. You just saw the map pop up. Got to get a little bit further to go to get into the next circle. These guys are going to try to collect some materials. They've got enough stuff to be able to get to the end, to be able to build as much as they possibly can when they get to the end. They don't want to get caught by the storm again, so hopefully they'll keep moving. Just kind of slowly progress towards that circle as they collect here. So they've got, looks like they got about 15 seconds. Oh, and we've got contact up the hill. I don't know if they saw us or not. We've got a mark there up the hill. These guys are going to have to start moving here. This next circle is going to start to come in. They got a little ways to go. All right, we got a quick setting adjustment there. We got we put on some taglines at the bottom. Still looting along the way. We've got plenty of time. We're almost in the circle. All right here. Got to try to stay together as a group here. There's not very many players left. Oh, somebody up in the air. Good hits, good hits, good hits, good hits. So we're not going to be alone, and they're going to get in there. They're in there ahead of us. So we're swinging on the webs here, trying to get up there quickly. There we go. Right on top of them. Got that down. Building right away. See if they can get them down. There we go. Got them out of the match completely. Ooh, we had lots of good loot there. So one of our guys got taken down. So still fighting. We got one. I think we're still in contact here. We got one of our players is looting though. Hopefully they got to keep their heads up here. There we go. Now you got eyes on them. Get them, get them, get them, get them, get them. Okay, bouncing, jumping. The shotgun's going crazy. Everybody jumping. Yeah, try to give you the one that gets the lucky shot here. No shields. You can bounce around. Oh, and we took fifth. So they just kind of outmaneuvered us. All right, so two top finishes for the Magic. Really good match. And a really strong improvement for the Dragons. That's really good matches for us this week. This has been a strong week here for the Brookfield team. So we'll see if these guys just continue to improve every week. Every once in a while, you get an unlucky drop. But this week, we saw some real improvement from these guys. They keep learning from the previous week's experience, which we love to see. Keep getting better and better. Good use of tents, good use of sharing equipment, good map placement, good staying together as teams. So that's going to wrap it up for us. Like I said, if you want to go check out Triangle XPL on Twitch to watch the national stream, hopefully with 2 top 10 finishes here, we should get at least, hopefully we get a little bit of airtime. So we'll go check that out. We recommend you guys go check that out as well. Till then, we will see you back next week. We don't know when Overwatch is going to be. We'll be heading into the postseason, and they'll have to calculate all the results from today to know what the final seeding is. We finally got our first win for the season this week, so we won't be all the way at the bottom. But we'll definitely have some challenges ahead of us in the postseason. So we'll have 2 weeks of postseason. We'll post those times as soon as we have them. And then Fortnite continues. We're still early in the season, so we'll be on for 2 o'clock again next week. So until then, thanks for watching our stream, and we will see you guys next week.